Hey, it's Marthea Pitts, the MSW coach. Let me pin a comment and we're going to jump into this conversation. Hey, I'm just pinning a comment and we'll get started. I want to talk about the importance of you accepting that you're just good at a thing, right? So maybe you are a medical social worker and you're really good at creating transitional care plans. Maybe you are a school social worker and you're really good at parent engagement. I'm almost done. You have to look at the top of my head while I pin this, but give me just one moment. Whatever the thing is, I want you to start leaning into it now and accepting that you're good at it, because you accepting it now rather than later. Hold on a second. Will really help position you to go after the jobs that you want. So, what I mean by that is I just literally got out of office hours with a coaching client of mine, and she was telling me about a scenario that happens to her occasionally at work where she's called on by the chief executive leaders of her organization type because she's really good at this specific aspect of her work, right? And she's been recognized regionally. She's been recognized in organization-wide meetings and conversations around the thing. However, when she was explaining it to me, she was essentially questioning why. Why are they calling on me? Why is it me? Why is it me? And so it made me, and we had a whole conversation around why, because she's good at it. And it made me want to come on today and talk about and encourage you all to start accepting, just accept the fact that you're good at the thing, whatever your thing is, wherever you are. And I'm going to share with you three reasons why, when you start practicing it in the jobs that you are in, how it can help you get the jobs that you really want. Because I know that many social workers are in jobs that they don't necessarily ideally want to be in. It may be a job for right now. It just may be the job that they landed in. Hey Sharika, how you doing? It may just be the job that they landed in. However, there's still things that strategic things that you need to be doing, right? And so I'm going to share these three reasons how it helps you, and then I'm going to explain why you need to be doing it now rather than later. Because how a lot of people approach their job search is like they don't feel, how do I explain this? A lot of people like to wait until they're in the job to start doing the proactive steps they should have been doing in their last job to prepare them for the jobs that they want. Okay? So if you're just coming in, today I'm talking about giving you three reasons why you just need to go ahead and accept the fact that you're good at the thing. Whatever your thing is. So I gave some examples earlier. Maybe you're a medical social worker. You're really good at creating transitional care plans. Maybe you're a school social worker and you're really good at IEP plan development and coordination. Maybe you are a child welfare worker and you're really good at reunifications. Whatever your thing is, even if you feel like it's not relevant to the macro job you want, I still need you to start accepting the fact that you're good at it. Okay. And why, Marthea? Why do I need to do that? Why should I care about the thing? The first reason why you need to start accepting it is that it helps you establish professional brand identity. What I mean by that is that I just ended the office hour session with a micro to macro career accelerator, new client. Actually, this is her second week inside of the accelerator. And I was asking her some questions. We were doing career clarity work, and I'm trying to understand what elements of past work has she enjoyed. And I started asking her some questions, and she told me about the fact that the chief medical officer at her hospital system recently acknowledged her work regional wide, and like she's the go-to person for nurse case managers. However, the whole time she's telling me this story, she's like, why are they calling me, and why? However, based on what we had already done in the career clarity work using my framework, she enjoys the elements of the work, right? Which is largely investigative in nature, largely evaluation based, largely like problem solving, right? Those are the things that we've identified in week 1 for her that she loves in work, right? And this isn't specific to just being a medical social worker. She loves this as a whole, right? So the chief medical officer, doctor, I forget the title, recognized her recently, and she was like, well, why? And I was like, it's because you're good at the thing, and I need you to start accepting that you're good at it. Right? And so this is what I bring in this conversation to you all. So the first reason you want to start accepting that you're good at the thing that people are recognizing you for, be it publicly, be it one-on-one, be it formal or informal, is because it helps you to establish professional brand identity, right? When people come to you and say you are really good at the thing, or they always come to you, you need to start paying attention to the themes in that, right? Is it always around the same element of your work? Is it always regarding certain types of situations? You need to start accepting that and really be thinking deeply around what are the transferable experiences in this thing they're telling me about. Because how I help people get macro jobs is I help people pivot into completely unrelated area of a work. So even if you're a medical social worker, it doesn't mean you have to get a macro social work job addressing medical healthcare issues. You can transition into a national organization that's doing work around youth development. However, the cornerstone to the work that I do with my people is identifying what is the thing, the element, the piece of their work that they're really, really good at, that they have put in a lot of hours to get really, really good at. The thing in their work that they have built a lot of knowledge around, and then strategically find ways to then make that apply to the macro job they want. So when people come to you in your current case management job, or even if you're a macro social worker already, and they're telling you you're really, really good at this, or they always come to you for these questions, I want you to lean into it because it's helping you to begin to establish your professional brand identity. What I mean by that is the thing that you're good at, the thing that people know you for. Because when you are shifting to macro level work, it's less about being the Jack or Jill of all of the things, and it's more about being a subject matter expert. So don't be so quick to dismiss when people are acknowledging you, when they're giving you your flowers publicly or privately. I want you to start writing these things down and really paying attention to what are they saying you're good at. Because believe it or not, other people see the good, the greatness in you. They see your skill. They see the thing you're good at before you will ever see it. One of my people that saw it in me as a case manager was on this live earlier. She was the second one on there. Sharika, that's my best friend in real life, but she used to be my supervisor back in my case management days. And she used to tell me, Marthea, you're really good at establishing rapport and talking to the people. I'm like, I am, Sharika, because she's an extrovert, but she pretends to be an introvert. I'm like, I am, Sharika, really? You know, as an introvert, you don't want to really hear that. But I started listening to it and paying attention more and more every time she would tell me this in one-on-ones. And so I began to morph my professional brand identity around that thing. Like, oh, I am good at that, right? Other case managers, they're struggling with keeping the people engaged on their caseload. Me, my people are exceeding performance. It's because I had established these dynamic relationships with them where we were a partnership. We were a team. I didn't have a problem getting my time sheets. I didn't have a problem engaging my people in activity. They were like, Miss Pitts, what you need me to do? Right? Because we had an understanding. It was because of my ability to establish these relationships with them. So I leaned into that. I didn't accept it at first, but I leaned into it the more I kept hearing it from other people. So I want you to start accepting what the people are telling you. I want you to start paying attention what the people keep telling you that you're good at, because it's the cornerstone to helping you establish your professional brand identity, which is important when getting jobs, macro jobs. They need to know, what are you good at? What do you have an established track record at doing? Right? The second way accepting that you're good at it helps you is that it helps you create job opportunities for yourself. Okay? So back in my first, I only had 2 case management jobs. My first one was with Sharika. She was my supervisor. In that job, because I was like, I really enjoy working with pregnant and parenting youth and young adults, and I'm engaging them in these activities, and they've never been able to do this before in my region, not at the level I'm doing it. From that, a job opportunity was created for me, because I had created a professional brand around that. So then a job opportunity was created for me. They're like, Marthea, we want to try this new thing where we're going to create a hybrid program between your program and this other program that we have, so we can capture the youth in this program, because we haven't been cross-registering the way that we should, right? To really engage them effectively. We want you to lead this effort. Right? So then a job out of nowhere was created for me, because people had knew me off of the brand that I had established for myself about being really, really good at engaging these types of participants into activity. Program activity, mandatory activity. They weren't there voluntarily. They were there because they were required, but I had a large success rate, right? So a job opportunity birthed out of me leaning into what the people said I was really, really good at. Plus, I enjoyed it. So you accepting that you're good at it could be creating job opportunities for you to get into more aligned areas of work. It could be right where you are, or it could be in the future. But if you don't accept that you're good at the thing, you're going to miss the job opportunity altogether. So that's the second reason that I need you to just accept that you are good at it. The third way accepting that you're good at it helps you is that it helps you build your career confidence, right? So it helps you build your career confidence because you're now specializing in one area. So maybe you are really, really good at, let me think of my coaching clients. Like, I have a coaching client who is really, really good at doing work around addressing food insecurity on a local level. She did it in graduate school. She did it in her first few jobs as a social worker. She has planned large conferences and convenings as an undergraduate student for food insecurity experts and professionals. She's really, really knowledgeable about that. Right? So because she has put in all of that time already, even though she's a medical social worker, they are still calling her in to specialize into disciplinary meetings right now to address food insecurity issues in her country. Right? Again, this is a trickle down order. So establish professional brand. So she's in an entirely new country now. An entirely different area of work, but the people already know that she's really, really good at food insecurity and program design and addressing the needs of houseless individuals, specifically around food access, food sovereignty. Let me get that correct. That's her area of expertise, food sovereignty, right? And it's because she has built her confidence by specializing in this topic and putting in her hours. I know that that person specifically, if I need to know anything about food sovereignty, food insecurity, she's my go-to expert. right? So you being accepting that you're good at it, has she not accepted in undergrad that she's really, really good in this area and she's super passionate about it, she would have never had the confidence to now in her job, even though she's actively pursuing a macro job, she would not have the confidence to go sit in these large departmental executive leader led interdisciplinary team meetings to talk about food insecurity regarding the houseless population in her country, right? So you accepting that you're good at it helps you in many different ways that all connect. Drop a 1 if y'all picking up what I'm putting down, because I don't know if it's landing. Drop a 1 if you're understanding what I'm saying. 2 if you need me to break it down even further. But the main point of this conversation, and y'all are getting it because I just had to give it to a coaching client of mine, is I want you to accept that you're good at it. Because it helps you in more ways than one. A lot of the reasons you cannot see right now, but you will see in the near future. It helps you with establishing your brand identity. When people, because my goal as a case manager was I want to be really, really good at youth and young adults and helping them get jobs, that when people talk about them, I want them to automatically mention my name. And when people mention my name, I want them to automatically connect me with 2 youth and young adults. That was my goal. And I achieved it. You can't mention me without mentioning the other. We're one and the same, because my track record in my city was too long. You can't negate that I was good at it. But I had to admit first that I was good at it to even establish this brand around it. Thank you for the ones. And then from there, job opportunities came to me out of the blue. My first macro job was what? The director of the Teen Mom Learning Pathway. I got a job based on the expertise that I built, the brand that I built for myself, the job that I had created for me as a case manager. My first macro job was the director of a global learning pathway where I developed a 2-generational approach program for pregnant and parenting youth and young adults and their babies to help the mothers, the parents, get high school diplomas instead of GEDs, because my people told me in case management they didn't want GEDs. But then also to position the parents to be teachers, their child's first teachers. So we focused on creating curriculum, engaging curriculum around how to teach parents how to assess and teach their children to get through the developmental milestones. Why? Because when a child is meeting their developmental milestones, they then become learning ready. So then they're able to enter the K through 12 system, go through that, graduate, and then enter the workforce to go to college. So it was like a continuum of care approach. But all of that was birthed out of, and I didn't see it as a case manager until I created my career plan for myself, which is now what I teach my coaching clients. All of that was birthed out of me admitting that I'm good at it. So I want you all to start admitting that you are good at it, whatever it is for you. And this isn't, and I didn't say this, but I wrote it in my notes. This conversation is not for the people who are like, oh, I don't want to brag. This conversation ain't for y'all. I got a whole nother video for the people like, I don't want to brag. This is just for my people who don't want to admit out loud that they're good at it. That the people keep calling you for the thing because you're good at it. You're good at it. I need you to accept it. I need you to lean into it. I need you to own it. So when the problem arises and they're looking for someone to come in with a solution, you're not just standing in the corner looking in the air. You step in and say, oh yeah, what do you need? This is how I normally address the thing. And then more and more people come and learn about your professional brand. They learn about who you are. They learn about what value adds you add into your organization. You then take that stuff and put it on your resume to get the job that you want. But it all has to start with you saying that I'm good at it. Okay. All right. Y'all got this conversation. I told my coaching client she got the heart of the week, and then it kind of trickled over to y'all with this conversation. So you get the second heart of this week. I need you to admit that you're good at it. Okay? So I am gearing up for my live webinar on Sunday, October 13th. the how you are already qualified for a macro social work job live webinar. The tickets are only $25. It's Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 2 hours long. I'm going to be breaking down the top 5 transferable experiences that every social worker has, regardless of what type of social work you do, regardless of what type of setting you work in. I'm going to break down the experience that you already have, the top 5, one of them. I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to be explaining what it looks like in your case management job. I'm going to explain to you through live case study examples against live job postings of how this experience that you are getting through case management is valuable, being sought out by macro employers. And then I'm even going to attach it with potential salaries so you can see how much it's worth in the job market, right? Because I want you to see on paper where you are already qualified to do the work that you want to do, and that you don't need nothing else. You just need the experiences. So the link to the tickets is in the bio. They go off sale tomorrow. You won't be able to get them after tomorrow. And the webinar is on Sunday. You do get access to a 3-day replay. So if you can't attend it live, which I hope you can, because it hits different when you're live, you can then watch the replay back for 3 days. And the tickets are only $25. Many of you have already purchased your ticket, but purchase your ticket before they go off sale tomorrow. And this is the workshop that you need to be in, especially for my people who are struggling with confidence or belief in their ability to do the thing. Or if you think that you need another degree, certification, insert your thing. This is where you need to be in the Sunday webinar. And the link is in the bio. For those who are just coming in, watch the replay back. Leave one thing in the comments. Tell me what you learned. Other than that, I'm going to go. Happy macro career planning. Bye.